It's all yours.
Good evening and welcome to basketball action at Emory and Henry on this Friday evening's contest that will pit the Alice Lloyd. Is that who we're playing? Young Harris. Why did I have Alice Lloyd? Young Harris Mountain Lions against your homestanding Wasps of Emory and Henry. I'm Joy Scruggs bringing you the play-by-play. Alongside me is
Dylan Castro.
And Dylan, how about giving us the starting lineup for the visiting Mountain Lions?
Young Harris is starting number 4, Kaylin Searles from Sugar Hill, Georgia. Number 5, Nia White from St. Petersburg, Florida. Number 21, Mackenzie Johnson from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
My hometown.
Number 24, Carly Winters from Gainesville, Georgia. And number 32, Olivia Tucker from Ball Ground, Georgia.
And now for the starting lineup for Emory and Henry. A 5'5" junior guard from Bristol, Tennessee. Number 5, Amaya Lee. She's averaging just over 4 rebounds a game, 5.4 assists a game, and 2.6 steals a game. A 6'1" freshman guard forward from Clyde, North Carolina. Number 11, Grace Glantz, averaging almost 5 points a game, almost 4 rebounds a game. A 5'4" junior from Greenville, Tennessee, number 12, Briley Jones, averaging 5.6 points a game. A 5'8" senior from Bristol, Tennessee, playing guard, number 21, Callie Hatterer. Hatterer with 5.3 points a game, 4.5 rebounds a game. And rounding out the lineup for Emory and Henry, a 6'2" senior from Sparta, North Carolina, playing center, number 55, Alexis Hoppers. Hoppers averaging 7.6 points a game, 4.8 rebounds a game. She takes more free throws than anybody else on the Emory and Henry squad. Emory and Henry is coached by Jacqueline Dickens. In her third season, I think third season, assisted by Tessa Johnston, Kyle Sensabaugh, and Antoine Van Buren. Emory and Henry's wearing their white uniforms with navy numerals outlined in gold. Young Harris in black uniforms with white numerals. So these two teams met on November 27th, and that began Emory and Henry's 4-game losing streak. So Emory and Henry, all those losses have come against Division II opponents, which Young Harris is one of. Emory and Henry looking to get back on the winning track tonight. Alexis Hoppers set to jump for Emory and Henry, and the tap is controlled by Young Harris. Up top, Searles, hands off, passing around the perimeter on the right-hand wing. Cutter coming through, and then on the step out, that three's on the way by Carly Winters. It's no good, and Grace Glantz comes away with the rebound for Emory and Henry.
Looks like the Wasps are starting out in zone on defense this game.
Lee passing around the perimeter. Hatterer looks inside the Hoppers. Now up top to Jones. Back to Hatterer. Hatterer's three on the way is good.
Good shot.
Man, that's what Emory and Henry needs.
That's what we need.
They need some good shooting to begin this contest. They've got 4 out on the perimeter. One post player down low. Now she steps up to the high post. Tucker handles the ball back up top to Searle. She hits it at the high post to Johnson. Johnson face up, spin move against.
That's a nice post move.
Yep, spin move against Hoppers off the glass is good for 2. Hatterer takes it to the rim. Bank shot for Hatterer is good for Emory and Henry in transition. 5-2, Emory and Henry lead. Tucker swinging around the perimeter. Movement on the perimeter, gets it inside to Johnson, gives it on the give and go to Searles. Her shot's no good. Rebound, though. Searles finds Johnson, and Johnson's able to put it back in for the Mountain Lions. Hatterer's going to go again, but she's stopped on the baseline, picks up her dribble, finds Glantz inside, kicks it out. Jones with it up top. Dribbles left, spin move, gets nowhere, kicks out to Lee. Lee's three on the way is no good, and that rebound by Johnson of the Mountain Lions. In transition, up ahead to White. White goes against 2 defenders. Her layup won't fall, and the rebound's knocked out of bounds by the Mountain Lions. 8-10, Emory and Henry with the 5-4 lead first quarter of play.
It's been a fast-paced game to start off.
It has been. So Lee walks it up. The Mountain Lions playing man-to-man. Lee passes, cuts through to the baseline. Back up top to Hatterer. Hatterer goes off a staggered screen, which wasn't effective. Lee with it on the right-hand wing, down low to Jones. 8 on the shot clock. Glantz feeds Hoppers down low. Hoppers tries to go left, kicks out to Hatterer. 3 on the way by Hatterer is no good, and there's nobody there for the rebound except Johnson of the Mountain Lions. Winters with it up top. Gives it to Tucker. Swinging around the perimeter. That's Winters with it again. High post to Johnson. Johnson's going to take that face-up shot against Hoppers. It won't fall. And Glantz secures the rebound for the Wasps. Hatterer in transition tries to get something inside. Finds Lee on the short corner. She dribbles back out. Hatterer finds Hoppers down low. She kicks out to Glantz. Jones ready for the shot. Fakes, goes inside, floats it off the glass, no good. Hoppers comes away with the rebound, and she's just able to get it up flat-footed against the Lilliputans, or however those people were in Gulliver's Travels, and is able to score it. 6:54, 7-4, Emory and Henry leads. Up top to the high post to Johnson. She kicks it back out to the top. That's Searles making a move, and she scores the layup going down the left of the side of the lane. Trying to find Hoppers down low, we do. She gets it, gets double teamed, gets it batted away, and it's going to be out of bounds off of Hoppers.
Checking in for the Wasps, number 20, Emma Santoro, for number 55, Alexis Hoppers.
We've missed Emma. She missed a couple of games with injury, and now it's good to have her back in the players able to participate list. Tucker brings it up, left-hand wing to Winters, skipping around the perimeters, looking inside at Johnson. They feed her. She's double teamed. She kicks it out. White picks it up, kicks it outside to Searles. Tucker thought about the shot, takes it off the dribble, can't get it to fall. Santoro gets the rebound. In transition, Jones comes away with it, takes it inside, and able to hit the layup on the left-hand side. Nice finish, you're right. 5:56, 9-6 is Emory and Henry's lead. Down inside to Johnson. Johnson goes up against a couple of defenders, including Santoro, but she won't be able to finish that. And Emory and Henry finds Santoro in transition. She can't handle that pass as it's batted away by the Mountain Lions. Emory and Henry will have the ball out of bounds on the baseline. He's making her move over a little bit to take it. Box set here, gets it in bounds to Hatterer. 15 on the shot clock. Jones with it up top. Everybody's just standing, waiting for somebody to do something, and nobody is. 10 on the shot clock. Glantz on the step out. Drives baseline. Skips it across to Lee, who finds Jones. Jones takes a side dribble, puts up the three, no good. Battle for the rebound. Mountain Lions come away with it. That's Searles in transition. Tries to find Johnson down low. It's batted away, but the Mountain Lions come away with it. Winters with it to White. White, two dribble pull up, nails it from just behind the free throw line. So 9-8 is Emory and Henry's advantage. 4:57 first quarter. Santoro at the high post. Now she goes down low. Emory and Henry holding the ball and pointing where they want people to go. Hatterer catches up top. Tries to get inside, does, and again.
That's a good finish. That's a great finish. That should have been an M1.
She shot it from her hip, and it went off the backboard and in. 11-8, 4:35. Emory and Henry lead, and just like that, Winters puts up the three. Coach Dickens said she can shoot the lights out. She didn't get the lights out on that one. 11-8, but I don't want her to get hot. Oh, man, Emory and Henry finds Glantz behind the defense, but she can't get the shot to go. And the Mountain Lions come away with it, but throw it away in transition. As Tucker tries to find Searles in transition, it'll be out of bounds off of the Mountain Lions. 4:15 remaining as we have timeout here. 11-8 is the Emory and Henry lead.
Edward Jones, support for WHC and Emory and Henry Wasp basketball comes proudly from Tom Graham and Kyle King of Edward Jones Investments. 126 East Main Street, Marion. Learn what investing can do for you. 783-4448 or edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Food Country, the food specialist, bringing you quality, price, satisfaction, founded in a small rural area to serve friends and neighbors. Food Country has evolved to serve Southwest Virginia and East Tennessee. Locally owned and operated, your money stays in your community. Food Country is proud to support Emory and Henry Wasp basketball on WEHC 90.7 FM.
Well, Coach Dickens said about Young Harris that they will run in transition and 24 can shoot the lights out. And we were watching her in warm-ups.
Yeah, she could stroke it. She had a pure shot.
She has a nice-looking shot. Defensively, they'll try to contain us on defense, but generally they have good size and quickness. Coach said that things that we would need to do is finish inside. We've had some opportunities and haven't capitalized. Well, Hatterer has.
Yeah, she has.
When you talk about finish inside, you think about your big people. But, if you're going to take it to the rim, take it to the rim and finish it. We've got to limit our unforced turnovers and execute plays and knock down open shots. So we played Young Harris, as I said before, and lost 61-46, being outscored 20-2 in the fourth quarter. Emory and Henry with the ball and the three-point lead. Jones with it on the right-hand wing, finds down low to Santoro. She gets doubled, back out to Jones. Jones tries to find an opening to shoot, can't get it. Hatterer's just going to take it with defense in her face. She can't get it, but it's tapped around, and Grace Glantz kicks it out to Briley Jones, who drains the three. 14-8, Emory and Henry leads. Searles tries to go against Lee. Kicks it out to opposite baseline. That's Winters with it, taking it inside, and then she kicks it out to Tucker. Tucker's three on the way, no good. Rebound by the Mountain Lions. That's Searles with it, and she finds Winters. Winters with that stroke, and she knocks it down. 14-10, 3:22, first quarter, Emory and Henry lead. Coach Dickens giving her offense instructions here as Lee sets them up. Hatterer, she's trying to get her to get it inside to Glantz, which she does, but she gets double teamed. She gets around the defense, tries to kick it out. It's batted away. It's going to be last touched by the Mountain Lions. Emory and Henry will have it, I think, on the sideline, 12 on the shot clock.
Subbing in for Young Harris, number 23, Deshaun Jackson.
Emory and Henry with it, 10 on the shot clock. Ball screen for Jones. Jones goes around it, tries to find Glantz inside, gets the short corner floater up by Jones, is no good. Rebound controlled by White. Out in transition, Winters with it, left-hand wing, skips it across to Searles. Searles gets it back. Winters now down low, making a baseline move. That Jackson with it? No, that was White.
Subbing in for the Wasps, number 40, Chelsea Hodges. And in for Young Harris, number 10, Christina Nichols.
So on that stick back, Grace Glantz fouls Deshaun Jackson. That's her first, team first, and Jackson hits the first of two free throws. 2:37 first quarter action. Emory and Henry's lead is 14-12 now. Santora inbounds for Emory and Henry. And it looks like the Mountain Lions are playing they're playing man-to-man. They just set up like a zone. Here comes Lee with it, picks up her dribble, finds Jones, Emory and Henry trying to work the ball inside, but every time they get it in there, it gets double-teamed. They get it in, oh, no, it got batted away on the attempt to get it inside on that one. There goes Winters again, drains the three.
That's our second.
And that's when the coaches are like, the scouting report said.
I've heard that many a time.
Yep.
So.
Trying to find Santoro down low. Chelsea Hodges in the lineup, cut high post. Briley Jones got inside, tried to dump it down low opposite side to Santoro. Couldn't get it, and then Jones stole it away. And then it got tipped out of bounds by the Mountain Lions.
Coming in for the Wasps, number 3, Claudia Frost, and number 31, Macy McClellan.
And we apologize, McClellan family, for calling her McClanahan, and we'll probably do it again. If there's a mistake to be made, I will do it more than once. Lee sets up the offense. Cutter going off a staggered double on the offside. Finds Santora on a cut across the lane. She just faces up and knocks it down. 128, Emory and Henry, 1 point lead, 16-15. Nichols swinging around the perimeter. Winters with it. She's deadly. Nichols tries to make I thought she walked against Lee.
Yes, she did.
Over to Tucker. Tucker takes it inside. Back out to Winters. Winters tries to get it inside. Does. Everybody takes 2 dribbles, picks it up, passes it to somebody else. 8 on the shot clock. I thought she walked too. White with it. Short corner. And that's Deshaun Jackson knocking down that shot to give the Mountain Line the 1 point, 16-17 lead. We're under a minute in first quarter action. Santora going to take the 3 in transition.
That was a nice shot. That was a
nice
nice shot.
Drain that like she does it every day. 45 seconds remaining. 19-17 Emory and Henry advantage. Swinging around the perimeter. Baseline 3 on the way. By who was that?
I believe that was
32.
That was number 32, Olivia Tucker, I believe.
Okay. 19-20 Emory and Henry trails. 22 seconds remaining. McClellan with it up top. 12 on the shot clock. She gets it inside, dumps it off to Frost. And Frost is going to commit the turnover. We didn't have anything constructive going on that offensive possession.
We did not.
Everybody dribbling, thinking, I thought you were going to do something.
Coming in for Young Harris, number 3, Carissa Spiker.
7.7 seconds remaining. Emory and Henry trailing 19-20 in the first quarter. Tucker with it up top, goes off the ball screen, finds Winters. What a surprise. She's going to take the 3. It's no good. Santora comes away with the rebound, but there's no attempt at a shot. As the buzzer sounds at the end of first quarter action, Emory and Henry trails Young Harris 19-20.
People Incorporated. Support for WEHC and ENH WASP basketball comes from People Incorporated, believing that every person needs support from others. People Incorporated promotes the dignity of individuals and families, moves people into the economic mainstream, and works to develop existing strengths and resources within communities. For information about assistance with community development, education, employment training, family services, financial services, or housing, contact 276-623-9000 or peopleinc.net. All of the efforts of the People Incorporated are directed by the concerns, hopes, needs, and dreams of the people served. First Bank and Trust. Emory and Henry basketball is brought to you with the support by First Bank and Trust, offering mobile banking, Apple Pay, remote deposits, and more. Serving you with free checking since 1979. Member FDIC and on the web at firstbank.com.
So these two teams met previously in the season on November 27th at Young Harris, and it's a lot like tonight. There were 12 ties and 7 lead changes in that game. It seems like we've had that many in the first quarter. And Emory and Henry had a 44-41 lead going into the fourth quarter and got outscored 20-2 to lose 61-45. So Emory and Henry can play with these guys. They just need to be able to finish. All 4 of Emory and Henry's losses on the season, or losses in this 4-game losing skid, as I said, I think have come against D2 opponents. So tonight would be a good opportunity to get off that D2 losing skid. Emory and Henry on offense, facing man-to-man defense. Frost with it up top. Goes off a ball screen by Santoro. She's going to take the shot behind the screen. She knocks it down.
That's the Wasps' 4th three-pointer of the night. They are 4 for 8.
So 22-20 Emory and Henry advantage as we start the second quarter here. Nichols drives on Lee. Kicks it out to Spiker. Spiker 3 on the way, no good, but she follows her shot, gets her own rebound, gets it tied up by Santora. Possession error should favor Emory and Henry. No? I thought we haven't had a tied ball, have we, since the opening tap?
I don't believe so.
Well, something's wrong because we didn't get the opening tap. Spiker with the ball out of bounds finds Winters. That's a mistake. Don't leave her open. She finds Johnson in the short corner. That face-up is good by Johnson. She's been deadly on the face-up.
That's her spot. Short corner.
Santora over to Frost, left-hand wing. Frost finds Santora on the low. That's Hodges on the low block. She can't finish. Emory and Henry the Mountain Lions come away with it. Nichols takes it all the way in, tries to have a floater go up and won't score. But Jackson's there for the stick back. 22-24, Emory and Henry trails, 8:48. Lee up top, gets it to McClellan. McClellan with the shot on the way, hits nothing, but Hodges is there for the rebound. That was not Hodges, that was Santora. Shot on the way by Spiker, transition three, or close enough. 27-22, Emory and Henry trails, 8:22 in the second quarter. Lead to McClellan. Up top to Hodges at the high post. She gets out to Frost. Frost can't get the shot up. Goes off a ball screen by Hodges. Dribbles around, finds Lee, who skips it out to McClellan at the top. McClellan drains the three.
That was a nice ball movement.
I was going to say that ball movement has really helped Emory and Henry find a spot-up shooter. Tucker gives it up to Winters. Up top, Jackson acts like she wants to take the three, doesn't. Spiker has it now, dribbling over. She gets inside, spin move, goes up and under, kicks it. Face-up shot by Jackson on the way. She misses that one. And on the rebound, how did she get called for the foul? She must have moved her out.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
I didn't either.
I wasn't sure about that call.
Because seemed like she was in there by herself. Maybe it's because she moved somebody out. Anyway, foul's going to be on Emory and Henry's Santora. That's her first, team second, even though they didn't move it to second. Oh, we started quarters. Never mind. It's this first of the quarter. I've called so many men's games lately. Searles gets it inside, quadruple teamed out to Winters. Now they're called 3 seconds. Is that it?
I believe that's what the call was, yeah.
So 7:31 second quarter. Emory and Henry trails 27-25, and we have timeout on the floor here. So Emory and Henry has a chance tonight to show how we stand up against D2 competition. All three of our wins this season have come against D3 teams. We're 1-2 at home. It would be a good time to get back on the winning track.
This would be a big win for sure.
In the friendly confines of the King Center.
For sure.
Emory and Henry, good golly, 5 of 10 for 3. 50%.
It's a drastic difference from the last time we called the game.
The last time I've seen them play and seen them on the road as well. Well, it looks like from the personnel Coach Dickens has had on the floor and the way they've tried to get the ball inside and then either kicking it out or skipping from one side to the other along the baseline, and then the extra pass.
Making the extra pass has served them well tonight.
It certainly has. Yeah, Emma Santoro, Callie Hadwer, Briley Jones, Emma Santoro, Claudia Frost, Macy McClanahan. So we have 5 players who've hit a 3. So every different person each time, which is good balance. Lee brings it up, finds McClellan. Oh, gosh, I would have given it to Glantz down low, wouldn't you?
I would have, too.
Trying to do that earlier, so they're playing a zone now, and that length on the zone, we got the ball deflected away, but in transition, Lee comes away with it for Emory, and Henry takes it away from the Mountain Lions. McClellan finds Frost. Frost on the spot up. That's too long. Rebound controlled by Hoppers. Hoppers floats it up and scores it. We're knotted at 27, 6:57, and Winters gets it. Wasn't able to get the shot off. Searle skips it, and that three's on the way and good by Spiker.
I believe that's her second of the night.
Well, now my computer wants to run some kind of scan. 6:40, Emory and Henry trails 30-27 against this 1-3-1 zone. That's a good way to beat it. Get it inside, make the pass over. Shot on the 3 by Frost won't fall for her, and Nichols comes away with it for the Mountain Lions. Searles takes it inside, bangs it off the rim, and it gets it to fall. 6:19, Emory and Henry trails 32-27. 1-3-1 defense now by the Mountain Lions. We try to feed the high post and just stand there and let Johnson come in front of us to get the pass for the turnover. Down low to Jackson. Jackson skips it out. Oh, yeah, and that three gets swatted away by Spiker, and as Lee comes out with it, she's going to draw the foul.
Checking back in for the Wasps, number 21, Callie Hatter. And in for the Mountain Lions, number 5, Nia White.
That foul's going to be on Carissa Spiker, her first, team first. 5:56, Emory-Henry trails 32-27. Looks like they've gone back to man-to-man. Lee with the ball up top. She's able to get it all the way in, lays it off the glass, but won't hit the rim, so no shot of going in as Searles brings it in transition, finds Spiker. Spiker gets it inside, loses it out of bounds off her foot. So turnover by the Mountain Lions. That's 9 turnovers combined between both squads so far in the game. 5:32, Emory-Henry trails 32-27. They're back to this 1-3-1 zone. Hatterer with it on the left. Dribbles in, draws the defense, gets it out. Glance, right baseline three, no good. Rebound by Nichols. Oh, wait, no, Nichols. Pass ahead to Jackson. She almost lost it out of bounds. Now Nichols caught it on the perimeter and tries to make a move to the rim and is guilty of the walk. 5-11, 32-27, Emory-Henry trails.
Subbing back in for the Wasps, number 12, Riley Jones. In for number 31, Macy McClellan.
So now 11 turnovers committed by both squads. Lee brings it up. This 1-3-1 defense is playing the passing lanes. Hatter gets it inside. She puts it up. Can't get it to fall. Somebody could have had a chance at a rebound if anybody had been in there but Hatterer. It was Hatterer and 4 defenders and nobody else there. And it went beyond that little wad of people. If anybody had been there, they could have had a shot at it. And Hatterer gets called for the foul, trying to do extracurricular activities on the rebound. That's her first, team second of this quarter. Still trailing 32-27, just under 5 minutes left in the half. Jackson, I thought she was going to face up and take that, gives to Searles. Searles goes off the ball screen, and Hoppers is going to foul her as she comes across. Hoppers trying to hedge on that ball screen or step out on that ball screen and just stepped out. Just stepped out, that's what she did. Didn't play defense, just stepped out. 4:44. Mountain Lions with the 20-second shot clock reset. That's Tucker up top. She finds Searles, left-hand wing, tries to pass it inside to White at the high post. It gets deflected away, but Searles ends up with it and puts up the three. Hatterer comes away with the rebound on that miss. Hatterer, high post shot. Oh, yeah, knocks that one down. Callie Hatterer. 32-29. Oh, and just that easy in transition.
Can't get comfortable after getting a bucket. We got to start getting back.
Just that easy in transition. Johnson is there, beats everybody down the floor. So layup by the Mountain Lions puts them back up 34-29. Ali facing man-to-man defense now. No, that's still a zone, but Riley Jones misses the three. Here comes Searles in transition. Trying to get it inside to Jackson. She catches at the short corner, faces up, puts it up over Hoppers, can't fall. Hoppers comes away for the rebound with Emory-Henry. And here comes Lee in transition. Finds Jones. There's Hoppers in transition. She always wants to take the three. She finally knocks it down. She takes about 9 or 10 a season and ends up with one every once in a while. She's confident. 32, Emory-Henry trails 34-32, 3:13 second quarter. Jackson with it at the short corner, up top to Spiker. She gets it inside, kicks it out to White. White takes it inside. That was a crazy move. It spun all around the room but wouldn't fall. And Emory-Henry comes away with the rebound. Lee. Now it's back to 1-3-1 defense by the Mountain Lions. Hatter with it in corner, finds Glantz down low, kicks it out to Jones. Jones, 3 on the way, no good, but Hatter is there to track down the long rebound. She didn't track it down before it hit out of bounds.
Subbing back in for the Wasps, number 20, Emma Santoro, and in for the Mountain Lions, number 24, Carly Winters.
2:42, it's second quarter action. Emory and Henry trails 34-32. Tucker bringing it up. Emory and Henry. Oh, yeah, and then Santora just stepped in front of the pass to the high post. And in transition, I thought Tucker tied it up.
I did
the little
too.
guard got in front of her, and I thought she tied it up, but it's going to be a foul called on Tucker. That'll be her team second. That's her first. Emory and Henry will have it with 27 on the shot clock. Underneath our basket, they're playing a zone. Get it in bounds to Jones. Jones thought about the shot, gets it inside. She walked with it. Hatter with the 3 on the way, nails it.
It's her second.
And that makes 6 threes now for Emory and Henry in the first half. We'd go 2 or 3 games without making that many threes added together. Passing around the perimeter, yeah, I would give it to you too, Johnson. She's posting up strong inside. Nobody's giving it to her. One dribble pull up from the right wing is Spiker won't fall, but Searles tracks down the rebound for the Mountain Lions. Now White on the long 2, knocks it down over Santora. 36-35 is the Mountain Lion lead. 1:43 remaining in the first half. Emory and Henry attacking, getting it inside, and Hatter is going to draw the foul on that move. That's foul number 1 on Kaylin Searles, her first, team third. Emory and Henry with the ball underneath their basket. We got it in, but we got it deflected away. 20 on the shot clock now. Emory and Henry, all 4 inbound players line up at the free throw line. The Mountain Lions are playing a zone here. Into Santora out top, finds Glantz at the high post, back to Santora. Santora makes a move, gets it inside, kicks it to Lee on the left-hand wing. Glantz cuts, nobody sees her. Hatter takes it inside, gets double teamed, finds Glantz out to Jones. Jones makes a move. She tries to float it up. It gets batted away. And as it gets batted away, Santora comes up with it and gets some kind of desperation shot off at the shot clock buzzer, but it won't fall. And in transition, Olivia Tucker tries to take it all the way in, gets stopped on her spin move, is going to be guilty of the travel. So now we're up to 13 turnovers on the night. 1:05 remaining in the first half. Emory and Henry trails 36-35. Mountain Lions playing this 1-3-1 zone. Lee with it. Oh, yeah.
That's a good find.
Oh, man,
that's a good
that
pass.
was great.
Oh.
She found Santora wide open behind the defense at the low block, and Santora put it up twice and couldn't get it to drop. Mountain Lions come away with it in the 1-point lead with 40 seconds remaining. Tucker sets up her offense, hands off to Searles. Now they find Johnson down low. Johnson puts it up. And that gives them the 3-point lead with 23 seconds remaining. Santora finds Jones. Left-hand wing, Jones puts up the threes. Way too strong, hits nothing. And then in transition, the Mountain Lions come away with another chance to score with 10 on the game clock before halftime. Up by 3. White hands off to Tucker. Tucker gets inside, gets her shot blocked by I think 3 defenders, and they all hit the deck. The buzzer sounds. Emory and Henry goes to the locker room, trailing the visiting Mountain Lions from Young Harris, 38-35. So we'll send it back to Bill McKee. Thank you, Bill, for running the board for us at WEHC. And we'll send it back to the station. We'll come back about 3 minutes before the end of halftime to recap first half action. Back to
Another stat I would say is we haven't been to the free throw line yet. We got to start getting to the line more.
Well, they've only shot
They've
two.
only shot 2 as well, yeah.
So it's been a clean game as far as that goes. And the Mountain Lions have played 2 different defenses, man-to-man and zone. Emory and Henry's made some good adjustments in their defensive changes. Emory and Henry has only played half-court man-to-man. The Mountain Lions swing around the perimeter, get the ball inside, and then kick it out and find Johnson at the short corner or down low. It's been and then some transition points as well. So Emory and Henry with the 3-point deficit, it's going to be our ball first because we called that one apparently wrong. So we'll have it first. Emory and Henry with 6 players who connected from the 3-point line, and we need to continue being hot from there. Callie Hatterer leads all scorers with 12 points. And Emma Santoro, who came back from missing a couple of games, shows up with 5 points and 5 rebounds for Emory and Henry. So to start this second half of action, Emory and Henry will have 55 Hoppers, 11 Glantz, 12 Jones, 5 Lee, and 20 Callie Hatterer on the court. For the Mountain Lions, that's 5 White, 32 Tucker. Well, I can't see everybody. 21 Johnson, 24 Winters. Emory and Henry enters their half-court offense here. Hatterer goes off a ball screen by Hoppers all the way around, looks inside to Glantz. Hoppers is
Great
open
pass.
on the offside, gets behind the defense. That was a great pass, you are right. Now Emory and Henry draws within 1 on that first possession, and Emory and Henry comes out playing. Are they playing man-to-man? Yeah. Looked like a zone there for a second.
So. I thought it was too.
Whenever a basketball player stands with their hands up on defense, you think they're playing a zone. White gets inside, spin move, won't go. Hoppers tries to control the rebound. It gets batted away from her, out of bounds off of Johnson, I'm going to suspect. So it'll be Emory and Henry ball. 9:21, third quarter. Emory and Henry trails 38-37. Lee sets up the offense against man-to-man defense. 2 screens at the top by the post players. Hatterer gets dribbled through by Lee and gets it down low to Glantz. That's a great offensive set. Lee dribbles toward the left-hand wing and dribbles that player up off the top. One of the post players dives down low, and we're able to hit her down low and draw the foul. That foul's on Searles, her second, team first. Emory and Henry inbounds it in the corner. Hatterer gets out with it, looks inside at Glantz, and she had to jump up to try to get the ball. Can't get it, and it just goes dribbling out of bounds. Turnover on the Wasps. That's an unforced error that Coach Dickens was talking about they needed to cut down on. Still trailing by 1, Emory and Henry on defense, playing man-to-man. White up top, trying to go against Glantz. Hand off to Searles. Now in the corner, Winters puts up the 3. That's too strong. Glantz is there for the rebound for Emory and Henry. Out to Lee in transition, finds Hatterer on the left-hand wing. He finds Jones. Oh, great move by Jones. That pass across the baseline to Jones, and she able to put it up and score it. And Emory and Henry retakes the lead, 39-38. White with it. Finds Johnson up top. High post for Johnson. That pass down low gets batted away, and Lee comes out with it in transition. That's great job drawing the foul right there. You could see the defense. That was Tucker. That's her second foul, team second. You see Tucker out of position wanting to come there, and it would be easy for Lee just to hold up and think, I can't go there. Well, just go into her and let her foul you.
Now, Lee's doing a good job of pushing the ball to start this half.
So Emory and Henry starting with post players at the high post. Hoppers down low. Here comes Glantz up on the ball by Jones to set a ball screen. Jones backs off, looks inside. Hoppers posting up low. Glantz running the baseline, gets it. Loses her defense. I wanted her to do something with it. Now Glantz is going to put up the 3. Oh, my gosh.
Just beat the shot clock.
Yeah, just beat the shot clock and rattled it in. Emory and Henry now leads by 4, 42-38, third quarter. And they find Johnson on that face-up, but this time it rims out. 7:31 remaining. Emory and Henry an opportunity to stretch this lead. swinging around the perimeter, looking inside at Hoppers. Now Hatterer with it, finds Hoppers down low. Hoppers gets double teamed. She tries to kick it out to Lee, and that's going to be an unforced turnover that Coach Dickens is not going to be happy about. 7:15 third quarter, Emory and Henry with the 42-38 lead. The Mountain Lions with the ball on offense, facing man-to-man defense by the Wasps. Tucker, now we handing off on the perimeter, swinging around. Tucker with it on the right-hand wing, up top to Winters. Winters, 2-dribble pull-up, nails it over Hoppers. 42-40, under 7 third quarter, Emory and Henry 2-point advantage. Hoppers down low, I'd give it to her. She catches it, gets triple teamed, and on the kick out, it gets deflected out of bounds by Searles. I have the wrong paper in the wrong hand. Yeah, that's the temptation there, is not to look, just to think your person's going to be at their spot and not identify where the defense is. Jones with it, finds Hoppers down low. She gets double teamed, kicks it out to Hatterer. Hatterer thinks about the three, puts it to the deck, lays it off, no good. Hoppers is there for the rebound, and as she brings it down too low, as you probably have been told before, don't do.
I've been told that many times.
And tries to put it up. She gets it stripped away, but the foul's going to be called on that play. So that's the third foul on Searles. Team foul 3 for this quarter. Hoppers goes to the line. She's a 73% free throw shooter on the season. 6:32 remaining. Emory and Henry with a 2-point lead.
Subbing in for Young Harris, number 20, Lindsey Caudill.
And Hoppers makes the first of 2 free throws to stretch Emory and Henry's lead to 3. That next one's too strong, and the rebound's gathered in by White. In transition, Winters with it on the right-hand wing. I knew she was going to draw on that one. But it rims out. Rebound controlled by the Mountain Lions. And as Tucker tries to drive in, she kicks it out. Winters with it again. Kick out of I thought she walked.
I thought she walked too.
Caudill with it. 3 on the way by White is good. Now it's knotted up 43-43. Like we said the last time they played, with all the lead changes and ties, I believe we're destined for the same thing. Down low to Hoppers. And she thought she was going to fall out of bounds. She tried to throw it off of Johnson, and Johnson's able to control it. Down low to White. White makes a move, puts it in, draws a foul on Glantz. 5:41 in third quarter action.
Subbing in for the Wasps, number 20, Emma Santoro, for number 55, Alexis Hoppers.
So Glantz will have two individual fouls. That's first team foul on the Wasp in this third period. That sends Naya White to the free throw line. She's a 50% free throw shooter on the season and misses that one. So Emory and Henry on offense, trailing by 2, 5.5 minutes left in the third period. Hatterer with it, looks inside at Glantz. Now high post to Santora, finds Glantz, tries to find Glantz cutting across the lane and sends it out of bounds. Another unforced turnover.
That's 3 or 4 just in this quarter alone.
Yeah, I think that's 3. I think we had 5 at halftime. Now we have 8. And we're not even halfway through the third quarter. Tucker bringing it up. Looking inside for Johnson. It gets tied up by Hatterer and taken away. White had it, and Hatterer just took it away from her. Glantz in transition. Finds Jones. Jones takes it in, draws 2 defenders, gets it to Santora. Santora kicks it out to Hatterer. 1 dribble sidestep, 3 on the way is no good, but she's going to get knocked to the floor. Is there a name for that sidestep, 1 dribble? I know a step back.
I just call it a step back or a sidestep.
Yeah, it's a sidestep because a step back, she's not going back. She's going to the side. 5:01, Emory and Henry trails by 2, but this will send Hatterer to the line to shoot 3.
Subbing in for the Wasps, number 31, Macy McClellan, for number 12, Riley Jones.
Carly Winters collects her first foul, team's 4th of this period. Hatterer knocks that one down.
Yeah, I don't know much about the step-back game. Coach Thompson would not appreciate me out there taking side steps, step-back threes.
I thought when I was thinking about that. Well, yeah, but, the outside, the face-up game was your game when you got here. What are you talking about?
It was.
Hatterer hits the first two to tie it up. She's a 90% free throw shooter on the year, and that next one's too strong. Emory and Henry battles for the rebound, but White comes away with it for the Mountain Lions. And Tucker brings it up, going against Hatterer man-to-man. Kicks it over left-hand baseline to Caudill. Down low to Johnson. Johnson's little hook's no good. She gets her own rebound, puts it on the deck, or had to, and Lee comes away with it, the smallest player on the floor. Pass ahead to Santora, who tries to scoop it against three defenders, but draws the foul.
Subbing in for the Wasps, number 3, Claudia Frost. For number 11, Grace Glantz.
4:38 remaining in the third period. We're tied at 45, and Emma Santora will go into the free throw line when we come back from timeout.
Edward Jones, support for WEHC and Emory and Henry Wasp basketball comes proudly from Tom Graham and Kyle King of Edward Jones Investments. 126 East Main Street, Marion. Learn what investing can do for you. 276-783-4448 or edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Food Country, the food specialist, bringing you quality, price, satisfaction, founded in a small rural area to serve friends and neighbors. Food Country has evolved to serve Southwest Virginia and East Tennessee. Locally owned and operated, your money stays in your community. Food Country is proud to support Emory and Henry Wasp basketball on WEHC 90.7 FM.
So like we said, the last time these two played, with all the lead changes and ties, they had 12 ties and 7 lead changes. Well, the biggest margin has been Young Harris led by 5 early. Yeah. We've led by as many as 4, and then it's just been stuck in that little groove in between those two, that spectrum. Emory and Henry now has a chance to take the lead as Santora will go to the free throw line. Santora's the 6-foot freshman from King, North Carolina, went to West Stokes High School. She's averaging 10.4 points a game. She missed a couple of games here recently. And she's a 78% free throw shooter on the season. She's going to be shooting 2. Shot by Santora hits the front of the rim and falls back. Young Harris plays in the Peach Belt Conference there, and she knocks down the second one. They were preseason picked 9th in their conference out of 10 teams, and currently with an overall record of 6-1. Lee takes it away on the cross-court offensive entry pass and scores it to give Emory and Henry now the 3-point lead, 48-45, 4:21 remaining in the third period. White brings it up. Man-to-man defense by the Wasps. Winters over to Tucker. Tucker back to Winters on the roll. That won't fall. Johnson's there. She gets it up over the rim, and it falls for her. Lee ahead to Hatterer in transition. Hatterer looks down low to Santora. I'd keep looking. McClellan in with it. Feeds the high post. And that gets tied up. That possession error favors Young Harris. There were too many defenders around there to try to feed the high post on that pass. Nobody was guarding her. Her person was guarding the high post, and so was the high post defense.
Subbing in for Young Harris, number 4, Kaylin Searles.
Searles, handoff to Winters. Moving around the perimeter, dribble and handing off. Caudill down low to Johnson.
She gets great position down low.
She does, and I would just give her the ball every possession. I don't care where she is.
But they're going to maybe have to send a double here soon if they start feeding.
I don't care where she is on the floor. I'd let her have it. 3:27, Emory and Henry trails 49-48. Oh, I thought she might have walked. Santora takes it.
She went right back at her.
She takes it from the three-point line and lays it in, going left. Emory and Henry now with a 1-point lead. 3:13 third quarter. Oh, and Santora bats away the pass inside to Johnson, and McClellan comes away with it. Lee sets up the offense. Coach Dickens settling her team down and giving them direction about where to go and what to do. Hatter with it on the right-hand wing. Looks down low at Santora. Can't get it to her. Ball screen, 12 on the shot clock. Hatter gets inside, spin move. Tries to get it behind the defense to Santora, and it gets another, well, it was kind of a forced turnover, but really not. She didn't have to throw it down there. Anyway, another turnover for Emory and Henry. That's 11 turnovers now for the Wasps, 12 for Young Harris. 2:44 remaining. Emory and Henry with the slim 50-49 lead. Johnson with it at the high post for Young Harris. Hand off to White. White dribbles over, sticks up the three, bangs off too strong, but Johnson's there for the rebound. She's doing everything. Baseline drive by Searles, picks it up, finds a cutting Spiker. No, that was White. And White hits the layup, and now the Mountain Lions lead 51-50. 2:15 in third quarter action. McClellan, left-hand wing, looks down low. That's Frost down low. Goes off the ball screen, pulls it back, takes the three, glances off the front of the rim, but it last touched by, oh, wait.
Oh, wow, I don't know about that call.
I thought it went off 2 or 3 heads and shoulders of Young Harris players. But the officials, who were standing right there, give them the advantage, I guess, are going to give it to the Mountain Lions. 2:02 remaining third quarter. Emory and Henry trails 51-50. Searles brings it up for the Mountain Lions against man-to-man defense. Winters gets it inside. Runner won't go. Guess who's there for the rebound? Johnson.
It's our 10th of the night.
Swing it around the perimeter. Back to Searles. She tries to get inside against Lee. Gets in, picks up her dribble, kicks it out to Spiker. Back to Searles, back to Spiker. 3 on the shot clock. Please don't foul her. She just has to heave up a shot, and Emory and Henry's there for the box out, and McClellan comes away with it. McClellan in transition feeds the high post to Santora, and Santora, phew, I wish she had met that pass because they came close to taking it away from her. She drew the foul because she stood there, and it made it look like they were going to be able to streak in and take the pass away. And they struck in and fouled her. 1:20 remaining third quarter. That foul is on Spiker. That's her second, team 5th. So Santora at the line for Emory and Henry. And that one bangs around and won't fall in, trailing by 1.
7 in for the Wasps, number 55, Alexis Hoppers.
Santora, 78% free throw shooter on the season, is 2 of 4 tonight. Is that right? Yeah, so it ties it up again. 1:20 remaining. 51-51. Emory and Henry on defense.
Checking in for the Wasps, number 24, Hannah Spainauer.
Man-to-man defense here. High post to Jackson. She faces up, kicks it out to White. White back up top to, is that Spiker? Mm-hmm. Yep, Spiker goes off the ball screen, doesn't get an advantage, but gets to the baseline. Ooh. She kicks it out to Winters. Oh, man, we should have been ready for that.
We should have had that one, yeah.
It went past our head, and Winters knocks down the 3. If she catches it out there and is ready.
Yeah, she's not bashful. She's going to take it.
She's going to knock it down. Emory and Henry trails 54-51, 44 seconds remaining, 20 on the shot clock. McClellan takes it in, pulls it back out, finds Santora down low. Man, she does a great job of drawing a foul.
She does. I was about to say that. Yeah, she does.
So the foul is on Spiker, her third, team 5th. Well, it's more than 5, but we stopped counting at 5. You're going to shoot everything after that in the women's game. Santora's first free throw is good.
After not shooting a free throw the whole game, we've shot 8 this quarter.
Santora's second one is no good. Rebound taken away by White of the Mountain Lions. Up ahead is Searles. Back to White in transition. White finds Jackson. Short corner shot, no good. Rebound all around. Jackson comes away with it. Searles, left-hand baseline, tries to get inside. Coach is telling him to set up. 12 on the shot clock. Searles with the ball, hands off to Winters. Winters being guarded by McClellan. Ball screen coming up for Winters. She just gets past the defense, then tries to kick it out, and Santora stepped in front of it. And then the outlet pass, she gave it back to them. Oh, and the tap at the buzzer was no good by Spiker. So Emory and Henry dodged a bullet on that. So at the end of the third quarter, Emory and Henry trails the visiting Mountain Lions 54-52.
People Incorporated, support for WEHC and ENH Wasp basketball comes from People Incorporated. Believing that every person needs support from others, People Incorporated promotes the dignity of individuals and families, moves people into the economic mainstream, and works to develop existing strengths and resources within communities. For information about assistance with community development, education, employment training, family services, financial services, or housing, contact 276-623-9000 or peopleinc.net. All of the efforts of People Incorporated are directed by the concerns, hopes, needs, and dreams of the people served. First Bank and Trust. Emory and Henry basketball is brought to you with the support by First Bank and Trust, offering mobile banking, Apple Pay, remote deposits, and more. Serving you with free checking since 1979. Member FDIC and on the web at firstbank.com.
So the key now, Dylan, for the Wasps is to not repeat the fourth quarter they had when they played at Young Harris when they were outscored 20-2. So Emory and Henry trails this visiting Mountain Lions 54-52 with 10 minutes to play. Emory and Henry will have the ball. And what do you think Emory and Henry needs to do on offense?
I think they need to work inside. When they're getting inside, they get to the free throw line that half and just moving the ball more. That really serves them well, and that is what's got them the easy baskets and open opportunities.
So they come out into first possession of offense, and the Mountain Lions have switched to their 1-3-1 defense, and on the first possession, we get the ball deflected, and they come away with it. White with it up top. Searles, left-hand wing, back to White. She takes it inside, almost gets it tied up by Lee, triple teamed, and Johnson. Johnson missed the face-up. It's about the first one I remember her missing. Back to Johnson. Well, she's not going to miss it more than once. Johnson, 6'1" senior from Chattanooga, my hometown. Amaya Lee against this 1-3-1. Santora with it at the high post. I love using the high post against the zone.
Yes.
We tried to get it inside the Hoppers. There were 3 defenders there, and that's just not a good decision. So with timeout on the floor because the Mountain Lion player was laying on the floor with it, the Mountain Lions have stretched their lead to 4, 56-52. Yeah, so we'll see. This is a good timeout because Coach Dickens didn't have to take it. And it gives her the chance to talk about, okay, remember what we said if they switch to 1-3-1?
Yeah,
here's what we need to do.
Exactly
because the first possession, the Mountain Lions are playing their 1-3-1 like our men's team does, like y'all do, playing the passing lane. So the person playing the top's not playing the ball. She's playing, you can't get it to the other side of the floor. And we tried to get it to the other side of the floor, deflected it. The player playing on the wing or the middle, I can't remember which one, came away with it. And we need to, that was good to think about. We need to get it inside, but not when there's 3 defenders going to close in on that person. Also, too, if you get it inside, you've got to move on the perimeter.
Yes.
So she's got somebody. If you just stand there where you were before and you think she can kick it out to you, guess what? Their defense is in that passing lane.
Yeah. Having a baseline runner is key in that, too, especially if you get it in the high post so you can operate the high-low game.
Get behind the defense
Get behind
down
the
there.
defense, yes. And we had that a couple times in the first half. But
yeah, when they played a few possessions of this in the first half. So coming out from timeout, 9:12 remaining in the fourth quarter. Emory and Henry trails 56-52 as the Mountain Lions will start on offense. Emory and Henry looks like they're playing man-to-man. The Mountain Lions with 2 high posts. They give it to Jackson. She faces up, 2 dribbles, stops, kicks it out. They're trying to get it down low to Johnson. Jackson gets it at the high post, gives it to Johnson. And, yeah, that's a foul. Santora can't, you're tempted because there it is, but you can't tap from behind and think you're not going to get called for a foul. So she tries to tap away the entry pass to Johnson and gets called for the foul. That's her second, team first of this fourth quarter. Jackson with it to Winters. Winters tried a little no-look pass inside. Didn't get it. Let's see who this foul's going to be on. Oh, it's on Emory and Henry. So Winters tried a little no-look pass. It got deflected away, and in the effort to get the ball, they're going to call the foul on Santora. That's her third, as she just fouled on the last offensive possession here. Emory and Henry second. Emory and Henry trails by 4, 56-52, 8:46. And as some of the fans are saying, bad call. Not loud enough, are they? Searles with it up top against man-to-man to Winters. Back to Searles. To Jackson at the high post. She's going to try to make a move around Glantz. That hook shot's no good. Lee comes away with the rebound in transition. Lee gets trailed from behind, gets it, kicks it out to Hatterer, who finds Glantz. No.
I think that was Spainhour.
Spainhour. I didn't even realize she'd come in the game. Her three's no good. Nice little move by Searles there to score it. 8:15. Now Emory and Henry down 6, 58-52 against this 1-3-1. Amaya finds Hatterer. She gets double teamed in the corner. It's going to go out of bounds. So there's another thing they're going to do. They're going to play the passing lane, and if you think you can get to the corner and stand there, you're going to get trapped there. 8:04, 21 on the shot clock. Emory and Henry trails by 6. Spainhour to Glantz. Glantz faces up, tries to get it to Hatterer. Pass too high, another unforced turnover. There's Winters with it. Oh, well, she gets it blocked away on the layup by Santora, who brings it down in transition. Oh, golly, another unforced turnover. Spainhour thought she could throw it over the defense, and it gets tapped away. Johnson settles the defense. Searles with it up top, goes off a ball screen by Jackson. Jackson on the step out, down low to Johnson. Guess what? She's going to make it. 7:22 remaining, 60-52. Emory and Henry now trails by 8, after trailing by 2 at the beginning of the period. This 1-3-1, we've turned it over, and we just turned it over again, trying to make a cross-court pass from the left baseline corner to the right top of the key. 7:07 remaining. Emory and Henry trails by 8.
Subbing in for the Wasps, number 12, Briley Jones, and number 55, Alexis Hoppers.
How many turnovers did we have at halftime? Because we've got 16 now.
We had 5 at halftime.
Yeah, so 11 in 13 minutes. Searles brings it in for the Mountain Lions against man-to-man. Handoff to Spiker. Spiker across to Caudill. Caudill's three's no good. Battle for the rebound. Hatterer comes away with it. Just take it, Callie, take it. And she loses it out of bounds. Another unforced turnover. So Hatterer was being closely guarded. I wanted her to keep taking it because she would have gotten the foul, but she lost the handle. Caudill drives baseline, kicks out to Johnson. Face up, rims out, and Glantz for Emory and Henry with the rebound. Lee brings it up in transition. Finds Jones. Jones, I don't know what she was waiting on. Makes the spin moves. Finds Hoppers. Face up by Hoppers is way too strong. Goes out of bounds. Nope. Saved from going out of bounds as Searles brings it down in transition. Her layup falls away. No good. Glantz is trying to track it down on the deck. Gets it to Hoppers. Hoppers to Hatterer. No, you don't have numbers advantage. Please pull up. You're 1 on 5. She does. 21 on the shot clock. And she picks up her dribble with nobody to give it to. We have just lost all semblance of confidence and know-how against this zone. We just had another unforced turnover. That's 18 now. Trailing by 8. Inside to White. White takes it up against Hatterer and scores it. And Emory and Henry's going to call timeout. So we started this period 4 minutes and 20 seconds ago, down by 2 with the ball, and are now trailing by 10. With 18 turnovers on the game. We're not, you can't even talk about shooting percentage because we're not getting a shot.
I know, we're not getting the shots up.
We haven't had a shot. I'd like to see how many shots we've had in the third period. I'm sure I could calculate that somehow if you gave me another 30 minutes. But yeah, we've been outscored 8-0. So this is the ghost of Christmas
The history
past.
repeating itself, yeah.
This is the ghost of Nightmare Before Christmas past. When I got outscored 20-2 at Young Harris. You know, you and I were saying we can play with these people.
We can.
And that's what these games are like this year for the men and the women. We're playing. I know the women are in some D3 schools. I don't think you guys are at all, but they've played. You know, we beat Guilford. We played. The women played Bridgewater. You know, we can play with the D3s. This year's about finding out. Okay, what do we need to do to measure up with the D2s in this transition year when we don't have a conference. We have no conference play. Are we ready to play with the next step up? We talk
about it all the time as a basketball team. We talk about putting 4 quarters together. That's really, really important, or 2 halves in our case. And that's what we're struggling with tonight.
So Lee brings it up for the Wasps. They get it to the high post to Hoppers. Back to Hatterer. Hatterer fake. Gets it inside one dribble and can't knock that shot down. And that's the next thing. You've got to be ready to score when you get a shot. White brings it up. Searles brings it up. Finds the shooter in the corner. Hers is too strong. And Jones comes away with it for Emory and Henry. Jones looks what her options are in transition. Doesn't have any. Hatter, right-hand wing. Gets it inside. Goes against 3 defenders. Hoppers gets the rebound off the deck. She puts it up, won't fall. Searles comes away with it for the Mountain Lions. In transition, they batted around the perimeter. Oh, I thought she tried to walk. Spiker takes it up and is going to draw the foul. Now I think defensively we're playing frustrated.
I think so too.
You know,
I think so too. That was a frustration foul.
We're just enough out of position, and we're just kind of, oh, woe is me.
Yeah. Subbing in for the Wasps, number 20, Emma Santoro, for number 11, Grace Glantz.
4:52, Emory and Henry trails now by 12, being outscored 10-0. First only free throw on the way by Spiker. And again, Emory and Henry trailing by 13 now. Lee, crossover. Against this 1-3-1. Gets it to the right-hand wing, double team, back to Lee, back to Jones. Jones, 3 on the way, no good. Rebound battled for by Hoppers. And it's going to be Mountain Lion ball if anything. I can't see the official, but the way things are going, I don't even have to know. I just know it's going to be theirs. Well, at least we had 2 people battling for an offensive rebound that time. We haven't always had that. 4:34, Emory and Henry trails 65-52, outscored 11-0 in the fourth quarter. Playing man-to-man defense here. Searles being guarded by Lee. Handoff to Caudill. Caudill spin move inside. Out to Spiker. Spiker short corner. Gets it to Johnson. Swing around the perimeter, all the way around the perimeter. Jackson's 3. Oh, my gosh. Jackson knocks down the 3. I get the idea that she hasn't taken one all year. Don't you feel like that?
I feel the same way.
Hatter now on offense. Finds short corner. And Santora on the face-up for the short corner to give Emory and Henry their first 2 points in the 6 minutes prior of the fourth quarter, trailing 68-54. Searles double-teamed, finds Spiker. She drives all the way in, nails it over 2 defenders. 3:37, 70-54 is the Emory and Henry deficit. Hatter double-teamed up top. One of those defenders drops off. She gets it down low to Hoppers. Hoppers going left, gets it knocked away by Johnson. But Jones is there for the rebound. She tries to put it up, can't get it. Now the ball's on the floor, and Spiker gets it for Young Harris. Spiker, she's going to take it all the way. No, she isn't, because Lee's going to take it away from her. Up ahead to Jones. Jones going against 2 defenders, draws the foul. I get the idea, if I were the Young Harris coach, I'd say, just keep it close to the fourth quarter.
I know.
Because then we can win. Emory and Henry outscored 16-2 in the fourth quarter. 3:05 remaining, 70-54. Emory and Henry trails by 16. Jones at the free throw line. Now what does Emory and Henry need to do? Jones makes the first one. Jones a 67% free throw shooter. Second one's up and good. So Emory and Henry cuts it to 14.
Subbing in for the Wasps, number 13, Taylor Pace. For number 55, Alexis Hoppers.
We've got to get some defensive
we gotta get some
composure as
stops.
well. Dribble handoff, down low to Johnson. Johnson she kicks it out to Jackson. Over to Caudill. Inside, Johnson on the face up from the high post, no good. Lee had the rebound, but it got stripped away by Jackson, but it'll be Emory and Henry ball as Jackson runs almost to the men's locker room with it out of bounds. 2:48. The clock is not our friend, nor is the scoreboard, as Emory and Henry trails 70-56. Lee brings it up. This 1-3-1 has killed us. She crosses it over, gets it inside, gives it to Jones. Jones looks around, back to Lee. High post to Santora. Santora's a little floater from the high post, no good, and there's only one rebounder. And we don't get it. Pass ahead to Nichols, then Winters. I thought sure she'd pull it. Caudill back around the perimeter. Nichols, Jackson, skip to Winters. They're just moving the ball around the perimeter. Pull up by Caudill's no good. Price comes away with the rebound for Emory and Henry. Picks up her dribble, gets it to Lee. 2 minutes remaining. Price shoots up the three, and there's nobody there for the rebound for Emory and Henry. You need the ball.
We do.
7:56. Emory and Henry trails with under 2 minutes to play. Winters takes it inside, kicks it out, back to the top. Dribble, skip the dribble handoff. Nichols with it. And it gets picked off on the pass back to the top by Jones. Jones going to take it in, draws the foul, but can't get the shot to drop. That foul's on Caudill for the Mountain Lions, her first, team second. Jones goes to the free throw line for Emory and Henry. Jones, a 67% free throw shooter on the year. She's 2 of 2 tonight. Next one makes it 3 of 3. 1:34 remaining. Emory and Henry trails by 13. Here's where I think, when I was coaching anyway, we're going to start pressing you.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was about to say. We need some pressure here, yeah.
I would have started a while ago,
Yeah.
and I know our play. If we were in 12 like we are now, 70-58, I'm going to press you.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking maybe we can win. And if we can't win this time, we're practicing for the game where we are going to win.
And it's not all about forcing turnovers. You make them speed them up. They take bad shots in the half court. You know,
you get the ball back. But
Yeah.
we're playing half court defense here as Winters dribbles the ball up, and Emory and Henry trailing by 12. Crossover move by Caudill, then a handoff to Hill. Kick out for the three on the way, no good by Caudill. Emory and Henry battles for the rebound, comes away with it as Price up to Lee. Lee brings it in transition. Just take it in there. Oh. Golly, there was an opening. And Hatterer puts up a three when she had an opening to go to the rim and hits nothing. 1:04 remaining, 70-58. Emory and Henry trails the visiting Mountain Lions. Winters brings it up for Young Harris. Emory and Henry. Ball around the perimeter, dribble handoff to Hill. Another dribble handoff. She gets, I thought she might have walked with it. And Winters does walk with it. Emory and Henry outscored 16-6 now, 45.6 seconds remaining. Emory and Henry trails by 12, and Emory and Henry walks it up. I tried to get as many points as I could here instead of running out the clock.
There's been a lack of sense of urgency in this fourth quarter.
Like, I don't want it. There's Hatterer with it. She gets it inside, tries to get it out to Santora, gets batted out of bounds. 11 on the shot clock. Emory and Henry will have it underneath their basket, trailing 70-58 with 25 seconds remaining in the fourth period. Lee with it out of bounds. Young Harris playing 2-3. Santora for three on the way, no good. Nobody there for a rebound. That's been a killer. Now, if I were, Young Harris can walk it up. They're winning by
they're in
12.
victory formation now.
Emory and Henry out-rebounded by 9 in this contest. As the clock dribbles down and the Mountain Lions hold the ball, Emory and Henry will come away with their 5th consecutive loss, losing at home 70-58. Let's talk to Callie after the game if you want to let them know, send her back out. So we'll recap some stats here, give you some news from Emory and Henry Athletics, and talk to Callie Hatterer after the game. Emory and Henry, the Mountain Lions were led by Mackenzie Johnson, whose name we called quite a bit, 8 of 15 shooting. She was deadly on the face-up. She also had 14 rebounds and 16 points. Naya White with 13 rebounds, 13.6 rebounds. Carissa Spiker with 11 points off the bench. Carly Winters with 10. Deshaun Jackson with 9 and 6 rebounds. Kaylin Searles with 6.7 rebounds. Tucker with 5, also playing but not scoring. Nichols, Gray, Hill, and Caudill. For Emory and Henry, Callie Hatterer on 5 of 11 shooting, 2 of 5 from 3 with 14 points. Emma Santora, it was nice having her available again after missing her for a few games with 12 points and 7 rebounds. Briley Jones, 11 points, 2 assists. Alexis Hoppers with 10 points, 5 rebounds. Claudia Frost, 3 points. Grace Glantz with 3. Macy McClellan. Oh, I did it. I said McClanahan. Macy McClellan with 3. Amaya Lee with 2 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. I felt like Amaya Lee had double-digit rebounds.
Yeah, and she had a lot of steals as well. She was all over the court.
Also playing but not scoring, Taylor Pace, Hannah Spainhour, and Chelsea Hodges. Emory and Henry was out-rebounded 45-35. And we started off with torrid three-point shooting in the first half, and that cooled down. We made 8 of 24, 10 of 15 from the free throw line, and 20 of 56 from the floor. The Mountain Lions shot 30 of 71 for 42%. Only went to the free throw line 4 times, but they didn't need to. They were scoring from anywhere else. And Emory and Henry with 18 turnovers. And I feel like they had 20 of those 18 turnovers in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
Oh, me. Yeah. So rough day for the Wasps as they come away, as the Mountain Lions will come away with the victory. So let's give you a little bit of, while we're waiting on Hatterer to get here, let's give you a little bit of news of what's coming up for Emory and Henry. On Saturday, the men, that's Dylan's team here, the men will play at noon against UVA Wise. This is also the ugly Christmas sweater day. I have mine on today as the women celebrated that, and mostly it was just the people working the game that had on their ugly Christmas sweaters. But if you have one, bring it with you tomorrow. Men's wrestling will be in action at the Cougar Duels in Danville at Averett, also Saturday. On Monday, the women play at Mary Baldwin at 6 o'clock on the road. Tuesday, the men will be playing in Brooklyn, New York at the Barclays Center against DeUville at 1 o'clock. You can catch all these away games or the home games if you can't get here on GoWasp.com to pick up the audio, the live stream, the live stats, the recap, the box score, everything on GoWasp.com. Next Wednesday, the women return to action here against Alice Lloyd. That's a 1 o'clock game as it's Education Day. They're trying to bus in a bunch of school children. So if you have children and you want them to go somewhere besides your house and be loud and out of control, I think that's the invitation, is to bring them here to the King Center. On Friday the 17th, men's wrestling will host Southwest Virginia Community College at a match here at Emory and Henry. That's at 7. The women's wrestling will have an event the next day on December the 18th here at the King Center. And men's basketball will play in Canton, Ohio on Monday, December the 20th. So that's upcoming action for Emory and Henry. Let's talk about the where is that? Emory and Henry, former men's basketball coach Bob Johnson. Some of his former players have put together an event, the Bob Johnson Classic, to be held at Lord Botetourt High School. So there will be 5 games on Saturday, December the 18th at Lord Botetourt. All the coaches involved, or coaches from each one of those teams, the coaching staffs have a former player here. John Battle is Steve Posey. Alta Vista, I think that's Casey Johnson. I'm trying to do this off memory because I can't find my piece of paper that has it all on there. Goochland, can't remember who that is. Narrows is Patrick Bailey. Salem, the assistant, is Hank Luton. Fluvanna, I can't remember. I'll have this tomorrow for the men's game because, well, I'll have it. Monacan plays Lord Botetourt. That's Andrew Hart. And Liberty Christian, that's I think that's Paul Redgate and Perry McClure. Oh, gosh, my memory, I can't have all that memorized. But anyway, that's on Saturday, December the 18th at Lord Botetourt High School. There'll be some sort of hospitality room, so if you're a former men's basketball player and you can get to Lord Botetourt, there'll be some, as I like to say, there's going to be a lot of lies told by the former players about what each other did and didn't do when they were on the court. So there'll be a chance to honor the legacy of Coach Bob Johnson at Lord Botetourt. That's December the 18th. So tomorrow the men play UVA Wise. Here comes Callie. That's a 12 o'clock tip-off here. Those two teams have not played since 2009, even though we are close in proximity. So this is a rivalry that will begin again as we move into the South Atlantic Conference and have the opportunity to play UVA Wise on a regular basis, as we'll be conference mates in the South Atlantic Conference. So joining me now is Callie Hatterer. Callie ended up the day 14 points on 5 of 11 shooting, 2 of 5 from 3, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Callie, that fourth quarter had to seem like, like I said on the broadcast, the ghost of Nightmare of Christmas Past. We played at Young Harris. I know we got outscored there in the fourth quarter, but was it a similar kind of thing where they changed the defense and we just couldn't make the adjustment? Is that kind of what happened in that game too?
Yeah, definitely. I think, they continued to play aggressive. We kind of slacked off a little bit. Definitely something that we need to work on, playing hard all 4 quarters.
Yeah, I mean, your game down there, as we said on the broadcast, the recap says ever how many lead changes and ever how many ties. And we were, going into the fourth quarter, they had led early in the game by 5. We had led at some point by 4. And other than that, it had been back and forth. And we were down by 2 to start the fourth quarter with the ball. So you're right where you want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've taken our lumps playing against the Division II people. What do you think we're learning from our experiences?
Definitely, it's a way faster-paced game. That's something that we got to work on, continuing to go 100% of the time. You can't take breaks, or they're just going to come out and they'll give it to you, but you got to go 100% all the time. And I think that's something that we're learning, and we're working hard in practice, and we're working on keeping that intensity up at all times, and it's something that we're getting better at each day.
Well, I think these 2 contests, at least against Young Harris, it's clear we can compete with them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that as much as it rocks your confidence to not win, okay, so we didn't win. There's nothing we can do about that. It's got to build your confidence to realize, okay, we didn't win, but, right? So what is the we didn't win, but we can take away?
Definitely that we can hang with them. Many of us were recruited D3 athletes, and we can hang with these guys, and we can play just as hard as they can. And we just have to put a full game together, and we'll be right there.
I expected to watch number 24 Winters light it up. And she didn't get that opportunity. I mean, she made a few, and she made some tough ones, but it was really Johnson, number 21.
Yeah.
She was impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if one player's not, ready to play, and there's another one that steps up, and that's something that, we got to work on too. Everybody's got to step up no matter what your role is, no matter what your position is, and just play hard.
We played a lot of newcomers during this game. It was nice to have Emma back. She missed a couple of games.
Yeah.
And Grace played some important minutes. McClellan did. Trying to think who else was in there. Taylor played some. Hannah, Chelsea. Getting the new players in there. And they play, especially Grace and Macy, to her family, and Emma played important minutes in the first half.
Yeah.
So, so we come away with, there's nothing we can change now about what just happened, but if we can build on that, then, we're moving in the right direction.
Absolutely.
So you guys go to play Mary Baldwin. They're still Division III, aren't they?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. They used to be in the ODAC, but that was like 40 years ago. So, yeah. So for people that don't know, last year, of course, we had the shortened COVID season that started in January and was over in February, and it was fast. We actually played more games, I think, than any other women's team in the ODAC. I think we played 12 games. So most teams missed games for COVID and whatever, and we played more than most everybody. But last year, Callie, tell people about your season last year, Callie. What were you doing?
So I found out that I tore my ACL. I didn't know that it was torn. I just had a little bit of pain and got it checked out, and my ACL was torn. I'd been playing on it, practicing on it a little bit. So that was just some shocking news. Wasn't really prepared for that when the doctor said I was going to have surgery, but so I was out all season last season, and I just rehabbed all summer long. Kind of became addicted to it and just would go every day, work hard at it, because I knew that, this year it wasn't just coming back playing basketball, but we were going to be playing tougher competition. So I knew that I had to really work hard and get to where I wanted to be.
And so how is your knee?
It feels great.
Yeah. I see you playing, if you are watching the live stream, you see Callie with the knee brace. But that's probably just a in your head thing more than it is anything else, isn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah. The doctor probably says, you don't need that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know that's always a challenge. And if you had to miss a year, last year was the year to miss because, it was shortened season. You didn't play, you played 8 weeks at the most or whatever. But being somebody who plays and is on the court a lot to being somebody who is in the chair, what are some things you saw from that perspective that you'd never realized before?
Definitely just the playing hard, all the time. I realize you have to play hard, and there are definitely moments when I don't play hard, but I've realized, especially at this level, you have to all the time. Just the little things, making smart passes and getting back on defense, all that kind of stuff. You notice when you're sitting in the stands or sitting in the sidelines, and those are just the things that you got to focus on all the time.
You think you're playing hard till you sit there and watch other people, and you're like, you guys aren't playing hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny how that is. It happens to everyone who gets injured. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. Well, I won't go into that. That's random and off the topic, and nobody wants to hear me talk about it. But, yeah, so now your challenge is to remember that mindset that you had, that, take advantage of every opportunity mindset and apply it now that you're back to the, ho-hum, I play basketball. You don't see the preciousness of it as much as you did, right then. So that's the key. How do you capture that and live with it on a daily basis?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I know it's tough to come out here and talk after a disappointment, but I know you're one of the leaders. Callie's a senior, and you're going to graduate, right? So you're not playing another year, are you?
I don't know yet.
Okay. So she might play another year. Well, good, because you can get your master's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's an option. But still, you're one of the leaders on the team, and to be able to come out here and give people some insight into what's going on with the team that's, you know, like you're saying, facing the challenges of playing against better competition and then growing through this process. I knew you would be able to come out here and give some people some insight into what's going on. So I just want to say, you know, congratulations on your contribution to the team today, not just what shows up on the stats, but also being a leader for the team. Anything you want to say to anybody who might be listening?
Just thank you all for your support, and thank you for watching.
So on behalf of Dylan Ketron, we've lost him to, I'm not sure where he disappeared to. All his teammates are out here shooting now. On behalf of Dylan Ketron, I'm Joy Scruggs saying thank you for tuning in to Emory and Henry basketball. We'll be back on action on WEHC, in action on WEHC and on GoWasp.com tomorrow at noon as the men take on the Cavaliers from UVAY. So on behalf of Dylan Ketron, I'm Joy Scruggs. I'm going to send it back to Bill McKee at the station. Thank you, Bill. And before I do, I'm just going to say, go Wasps.